Hi everyone, just thought I would switch the camera on today while I'm trying to finish the little extras required for that music book, if you're interested to watch along. It's really just like sort of I don't know what you would call them. They're like a collage little extra to attach to the pages, etc. I've been watching a lot of videos with Rachel from Roxy Creations. She's insanely prolific with her videos. It's fantastic. She does a lot of different things and she's very inspiring. If I can get her, well, you can go onto YouTube and pop her in the search bar, Roxy Creations. Awesome. Amazing. She's an Aussie living in Italy doing amazing stuff every single day. I don't know how she can manage it. I can barely get one a month. But anyway, here we go. That page, I don't know if you remember, if I've got it bookmarked here at all. There was a page in my book that I thought was the tea staining wasn't that great on the paper, and it kind of looked very, I'm trying to find it here on the side, very just pale. So I thought I would decorate the long panels on the side with some extra things, and I also wanted to decorate the little flip out pocket things with some, they call them clusters. Everyone's doing it at the moment, and they're just like a tiny little, well, here's one that I did do a while ago, and you would have seen it if you'd watched the video. That's like a little cluster there. So things like that to decorate where, you know, where the page kind of fails in with enough colour or interest. So I'll try and do some of those as well for the little flip out pockets. Now, I don't usually do craft with me videos because I always get into a bit of a, not a panic, but I don't want to bore people. Oh, this is the page. Finally it appeared. This is the page. I want to put something down on either side here and here, because I think the page in itself, once, I mean, you can always journal on it, etc., but just to add a bit of interest. And these are little pockets or tuck spots anyway. So that's what I'll be working on. I had these extra bits of manuscript there, and I thought, oh well, if I dress them up a bit and pop them on, they might be just what the page needs. So if you'd like to come along with me and do this sort of thing, that's what I'm working on today, something like that, just with some extra bits and pieces on my messy area here, where I usually create. Now, these have already been stitched around on the machine. I don't usually stitch through glue, but there's nothing here with glue on it, so that's why I did it. And so I'll sort of try and maintain the collaging in that little tiny area, which is great. Now, because the colour theme of that paper pack is kind of blue and green, I've searched out some different bits. Obviously I don't want to cover the music, but you know, we'll work around that. And this is just some dictionary or thesaurus, I always struggle saying that, paper that has been tea stained and then dyed with just some fabric dyes for another project that I was doing. But, you know, it's always good to hold on. Well, it's not really good to hold on to every scrap you make, but they do come in handy now and then. I'm going to tear that again because I want two torn edges. Gosh, it is so cold at the moment. We've come into winter properly now. But I've got my little heater down by my feet. You might be able to hear, oh no, I've turned it off. Got a bit hot. Turn it back on again. Yes, my feet are like ice blocks, but I'm not in my Ugg boots today, so that's good, because this is my high bench, so I'm actually standing up to do this. My camera, or the arm that the camera is on isn't attached to my sitting desk table, but that's all right. I might have to get my husband to build me another one so I can do stuff sitting down, if this, you know, is of any interest to anyone, as I said, because I don't usually do Not that it's a tutorial, I mean it's really just a, hey, look what I'm doing kind of video. But there you go. And we'll pop them in the book as well. So I'm just using glue stick on here. I mean, you can use whatever glue you like. I'm starting to get used to glue stick. I never really used it much before. I used to use, for things like this, just my 450 or not gel medium. What is it called? Where is it? I just bought myself a bottle. Yes, it is. Gel medium. That's what I usually use to stick things with. But I won't do that today because, you know, I want to keep sort of moving with it. I don't want to bore you all to death with this. And that takes a little while to dry. But as I said, you know, the stitching, I probably shouldn't have put that down there. There's a bit of glue on that side and I want it to not be sticky there. It should have been like that. But anyway, that's okay. We'll just move on from there. I'll see if I can get it unsticky. I just leave it resting on there so it doesn't get, whoops, so it doesn't get too stuck to anything, and I can always rip that off anyway and have an extra little layer there. Okay, so if you're going to make mistakes, obviously do it on camera. Yeah, I'm going to make some little clusters as well, as I said, for the little flip out envelope things too, because they're a bit not great, but you know, they're okay. So here my idea for this is, as I said, to create like a cluster, but a long one to go on that page. And of course now I'm thinking, what shall I put on there? I've got my little scrap box here. I don't know, you know, if that's going to make it onto camera, but it's handy and it's there. Just pick up that glue, and I'm going to use some, oh here we are, some lace, just the sticky lace. Oh, that's come to an end. May have to go back to Daiso and buy some more if they still have it. That's the trouble with shops like that. They sort of get things in, and then next time you go there, there's different things because it hasn't sold, or you know, they're not that keen on what they had. I don't know, but this is kind of a nice little lacy thing. That's not going to require stitching, so you can just maybe down here a bit, go there, and I mean, they don't have to be identical. They are going to be on the same page opening, but so sort of kind of going together might be good, but as I said, they don't have to be identical. Just move you out the way, over there, and so there's that. I might just put on some other little neutral, perhaps. Now you can always edge your bits with some ink, or just to accentuate the torn edge, if you like. I mean, it's not necessary, but sometimes just adds a bit of aging as well to that. I don't usually do videos like this because I really think I don't have enough to say, but you know, you don't have to be having your ear talked off every time, I guess. Although, like I said, Rachel has kind of inspired me to do this, and she has some amazing stories. So nice. Her voice has been filling my studio for, wow, about a month now, I think, because she's, like I said, she's been working on a 100-day project where she does something every single day. She's amazing. I don't know where she finds the time, and especially living in Italy. Gosh, it must be so much. Well, maybe with this COVID thing, you can't go anywhere or do anything, but you've got to start somewhere, I guess. So I've just got to keep in mind just to stick that side. Well, that's kind of pretty paper on the back. That might have been nice too. Okay, so we'll just go there. Like I said, the edging with the ink pad's not that necessary. Entirely up to you. If you want to just add that little bit extra, that's fine. Now what I'm going to do is just pop on a little focal point, I think. This is just from a scrap of paper, just been cut out. I don't like those numbers on the bottom, I'll just cut them off. So here, I just like to find a little something, like in some things I have buttons as a little, finishing off thing, or what's down here, did there's something off? No. I quite often like to just put these together as Rachel sort of showed us all how to do, and then take them to the sewing machine and zip around, with the machine. Some I just stick through with a brad so it holds them all together, like I glue bits, but not too much. And like I said, I don't like going around I don't like putting glue through the sewing machine because it kind of, clogs up something somewhere. Makes the needle very gummy, and that of course goes into the bobbin, which then starts to create a mountain of problems. So that's there. Might put a little bit of extra lace, paper lace on. I love this stuff. It's just really easy, and you can always tint that too, as you saw in the book on the last video. Just tint it with some Distress ink. And it's all peel and stick, so that's kind of good. I'll just stick that rest of that up there on my little drawers, because I think it's a bit wide, this one. Can't really see it, it's blending in quite well. So I'm not going to tint this because I want it just to be a bit of a contrast to what I'm putting on top. Tell me you're not sticking. Please tell me you're not sticking there. Okay, so this little heart shape, you can always cut the things out or put up a flower there, or really anything. It's just going to be you there for that one. And as music is created in keys, I thought I would use a key as well. Obviously not a musical key, but a key. So there's that. Get rid of you. See if I can find my page again. And we can stick them in. Yeah, well, while I look for the page, I'll go on to the next little cluster for those things. Get that off there. I'm starting to get hot because the heater, don't know if you can hear it, is pointed at my legs. So I might just flick that off a bit, have a drink of water. It's starting to feel a bit dry. Probably due to the heater and talking to myself. Okay, now I just need to also put my sign on the door, or my daughter will walk in and say, "See ya," because she's going to go and take my car for a drive. See this? I'll put this on the door of the studio so I don't get disturbed. But I forgot to do it, of course, which means I will get disturbed. I can use that, I guess. So yes, 2 seconds on the door. There it is. So now she won't just open it and come in. I could lock the door, I suppose, but I don't know. Okay, so that little cluster that I made before was quite good. I like just small things to pop on. I don't want to overtake. This has got a bit of music on it, so that's kind of nice. And text, I love text on things. There's that. Oh, and numbers, door numbers. So I might just do something like that with it. And most of my work, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of my work has either 62 in it or 26 somewhere in the work. This is just a little hole punch. The other one I had was a bit too big, so I'll just reverse it so I can see what it's going to punch out. And there it is, 26. So that'll go on there too, just as a little thing, other than a button, and be attached to those, or to one of the flip out thingies. Gosh, you think I'd get a bookmark so I can know where to find something. Okay, so that's that one. We can stick them in. You can just hop over there for a minute. Alright, hopefully they fit. That's the key one. That will fit there quite alright, I think. And this one as well on this side here. It's a bit bigger. But that's alright. You can pop things into the pocket there behind. And that just, I don't know, adds a bit of something to the page. It was a bit boring before, I thought. Did I not stick that on? I probably didn't press it down hard enough. That's alright. Okay. So there you go. That's one. I'll get you one as well. Maybe that's why I don't use. I'm too heavy-handed with it. I guess it's just got to be something that you get used to over time. Besides, this one's nearly running out, of course. When you do a video, that's always what happens, isn't it? You run out of glue, you can't find your scissors, run out of ideas. It's always something like that, or someone just walks in. The book video that I did yesterday was about the 4th take, because I was so disturbed I forgot to turn my phone off. Oh no, I didn't turn my phone off this time either. Hopefully no one will ring. I mean, it is Saturday, so it's not a big phone day anyway for me. I'm just going to fold this paper in half because I went a bit overboard with the glue down. I'm just going to stick that there so it won't, you know, stick the closing down, and then work it out from there. Once it's dried off a bit, I can get that out. There you go, like that. So that's that page, which I'm not unhappy about. So I just have to find the, oh, there's that, no, I've got to find the little flip out. It was on the edge, so it should be easy to find. Where are you, Flippy? Here you are, okay. So I will just do something on that with these bits that we prepared earlier. Okay, got to keep looking up, making sure I'm still on in the line of the filming. Otherwise I'll be working over there and you'll just be hearing me talk. You won't be seeing any action. What is going on here? scoop you up. So this will go on first. Just there, like that. This is some gorgeous black, I think it's tissue, but it's painted and then printed with gold text on it. I love it. I got it from my calligraphy teacher 100 years ago. I had a stamping day with her. She wanted to know about stamping, so I said I'll come over and show you, and that was my reward. Some beautiful papers. This was one of them, and I think the music was the other one, which is also the same thing. It's like a, I don't know if you can see it, it's got musical notes on it. It's also like a tissue, but it's got gold over the, on the sort of like it's been crushed, and you wipe over with gold. It's kind of cute. Well, it's nice, and I've still got a heap of that left too. I've been using that a bit lately. Decided I have to reduce my quantity of stuff before purchasing anymore, because realistically I have nowhere to put anything. I've got the tiniest studio, which is awesome, I love it, but storage space is of a premium. There's number 2. And there's number 6. Like I said, the majority of my work has a 2 and a 6, or a 6 and a 2 on it somewhere. There we are. So that's that one. As a little thing, we can also find the other one and do that too. I've just put some ribbons on the tags. I mean, this could even do with a little cluster down there of bits. It's always a good, and it's a good way to get through some of your scrap as well, you know, rather than holding on to it forever and thinking one day when you go through your studio, my God, what am I going to do with all this stuff? You can just use it. Well, I'm really liking that. Get that out of there. That worked out well. I'm happy. Even though there's no text on it or numbers or anything like that. I usually put a lot of text and numbers and things. So here we go. There's another one, and I think I had another flip out as well somewhere. Where are you? There. I can see you sticking out. Leave you out like that so I know where you are. Okay, so we'll do the similar thing. I'm starting to get gluey fingers now. You can use whatever glue you like. You don't have to use, you know, glue stick. But it sort of does what we want. There's that. And a little bit of black, a little bit of, oh, might be exactly the same as the other one. Well, that's all right. I want to keep moving. I don't want to lose you too quickly. Mind you, I'm going to end up with everything stuck to me. So, a bigger piece of that black paper. It's just beautiful. The wind is picking up out there, so I might be able to hear it soon. At least the neighbour has stopped. I just keep hitting the arm that the camera's on. Sorry about that. The neighbour has stopped mowing his grass, which is nice, because that was a bit noisy. Stick that on there. And little bit of music again. That's what the book's about. I'm going to have to vacuum the floor when I'm done this because I'll have little bits of stuff everywhere. Okay, what else have we got on here? Oh, there's a nice little plant and a key or a flower. Another flower. Let's see how we go. So we'll go for the flower. Pop that there. Maybe the key. This is just from a, a 6x6 paper pad. Had little extra things on it, which I thought was kind of cool and good to use. So there's that one. So if you have time, pop on over to Rachel's channel, and you'll probably be like me and end up thinking, well, here's a month's worth, or probably more than a month. Well, it's a 100 days project she's doing currently. I think we're up to 60 something. And a little flower. You could always punch holes in these as well and use them as buttons and just put some stitching through. If you build your cluster off the area you want it, then you can stitch through the whole thing and then stick it on, which is what I've done with some other things. So I might just continue this after the video because we're already at 26 minutes. And as I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time because you probably all want to get out and get going again too. Build up your own little bits and pieces and use scraps, that sort of thing. So thank you so much for watching. I will try and do more videos like this if it's successful. I mean, you just don't know. So hopefully it's good. I have tried to do these in the past, but I just end up taking too long or not talking enough. Anyway, thanks so much. Okay, bye-bye.